I'll just try to record it. Okay, so now here we are going to discuss about the arrays, and then we are first of all we are dealing about with a single dimensional array. Now when we talk about the arrays, the first pointer here we need to remember that the arrays is one of the part of the data structure. So what you meant by this data structures is the name itself it was defining. You wanted to structure your data. Now previously what it was happening, we will be having a single value of single values you are keeping into a single variable, and then you are accessing that particular variable. So that's the reason it is very easy for us to store that variable and access. But now here, what it was happening is I wanted to store multiple segments, multiple data. So now when I have the multiple data to be stored, so at that time we should have certain data type, right, to store this one. So for this one, we do have an array. So now here's one important pointer, which is most important is arrays can have similar data type. So this is the thumb rule. So you can write it as a next lines for the readability, Swati. So every point is like a bullet pointers. So we should understand that's a bullet pointer so that we can give a last a quick clip. So what is a thumb rule of an array? So array can store a similar type, means similar data type. What do you mean by similar data type? Means what means, for an example, there are some means in one particular bag, I went for a vegetable market and I bought the vegetables. I have tomatoes and I have onions, I have beans and I have carrot and I have these all. What had happened when I have one particular bag, I have mixed up all. So now what I need to do, once I reached home back, I just put it and then I'll try to segregate all tomatoes into one side and all onions into one side and all beans into one side, all ladies fingers into one side. So now this is how I segregate and I'll try to keep it this, right? So this is called an array. So now in an array, I'll be having a similar data type. Means if I have been defined int, so I can store only the int data type. Or if I have been defined the string, I can take it as a only string data type. So now that's where this means this particular challenge. But if it is all in the Python or anywhere, so we can have a list and means where we can store the same way. So how we are storing in an array in the Python also we can store it, but where we can store multiple data types there. Okay, I'm just giving a contrast so that you can understand quickly. So that's where I was giving it. So now array, we can have a single a data type which we can store it. But there is will be an interview questions asking you that, can you tell me in an, if I wanted to store different type of objects into an array, so then what I need to do, means different type of data types into an array. So what should I have to use? What is the answer? Open for all. Anyone can answer this one. Nazima, Thamzid, Ruma. So if at all I wanted to store different data
Go
types,
for object array.
yes, we need to go for an object array. Object array is a super class of an array. So object array can store different type of data types. So this is one of the most important frequently asked question. So now in array, we can have the similar data types, means that is a constraint of this one. But when we means when we wanted to store a different data types into an array, so we do have an array called object array, which it is defined by the it's a super class of an array, so that there we can store a different data types. So this is one. And how about the this memory will be there for this one? So the memory of this one would be a continuous memory allocation will be there for this one. Okay, so the most important thing, so arrays would be having a continuous memory. Means what do you meant by continuous memory? See, for an example, I was trying to draw over here. You can see on this. Now, I wanted to store apple, orange, blackberry, uh, and cherries and grapes. So now I wanted to store into a string array. All these things I wanted to store. Now, when I wanted to store this one, if you see here, so now everything would be having means every if you see every item has been allocated over here, and everything will be having a memory allocation like this: 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Like this, in an array the memory would be allocated continuously. Why I'm saying this one means, if I am saying that it is continuously the memory allocation is there, means there is certain object or certain data type which may have a different allocation, different memory allocation. So which is that? So then when we come to the part of collections, so in collection we will discuss about this more in detail, because we have an array list, and we do have linked list, and all other things are there to means to store this particular data. So at that time we will discuss about this one later. So the most important thing as of now we need to understand is array will have a continuous memory allocation. And how to access this particular array? Now, arrays can be accessed with the help of index. So always the index means how to means to access arrays, you will be having the index. So now 0 is the index, 1, 2, 3, 4. So with the help of index, we will be accessing the arrays. So means it is very simple, right? So now always these arrays will be called with the help of this indexed based thing. Now, what else? What else the point is we can bring it up on this one? Okay, the most important thing, another important thing is uh, arrays. Means actually, when we talked about means array list, so there are two types of things. So the array list will be part of the collections. It will come the later. But now, what is the difference? I mean, the most frequently asked question is, what is the difference between an array and an array list? So at this point of time, what is the answer for this one is the arrays are not dynamically sized. Means not dynamically sized means there is a size limit for this one. Means for an example, we can have a fixed size of elements which we can store. Now if you see here, we have been seen it, right? So 12, 4, 5, 2, 5. So now these are the numbers we have been given. Or you can define the size of an array, and then you need to access that particular element. So here in array, what means the most important thing is at runtime you can't increase your size. Array size will be not increased. So now here means the basic the basic thing which we can do it in an array is it will be having a fixed size of elements. So arrays will have a fixed size of elements, and it will not grow dynamically in terms of in the run at the runtime. So this is the most important thing which we need to understand. And what else means we have been discussed about the memory allocations, and then we have been discussed about, then we need to discuss about uh, means how to means what would be the syntax of this particular arrays, right? So now what are the basic syntax of the arrays we will be having it? So we do have two basics, means in the two ways we can define this one. If you see in the line number 8, so now in the line number 8, what we have written, so we have written the data type, and then we have given the square braces, and then we have been given age. So this is one, means that one way of implementation. Another one, the another implementation is int age. Oh, I'm sorry, int age, and here you can give this array. So now when you have been given this one, so the square braces, we can know that this is, okay, this is an array. So now this is an integer array. So that's where to get that particular clarity, usually the people will be defining, means how the people will be defining is, so they will be defining it as int array and age. So that why most of the people will use this particular syntax is, by seeing this declaration itself, they can understand that this is an integer array. Okay, so that's how the people will understand what is whether it's an integer array or what array. So that is what the people can understand about it. And now how the people can know, means the variables we will be defining it here. You are seeing the age, right? So how it would be defined is, so it should be started, oh my god, so it should be started with ARR, because it's an array, right? Okay, you can write it as int array underscore age. So now by seeing this one itself, we can understand that this is an integer array. So this is the standard way of defining an array. So now if it is a string array means str arr array and underscore means the names. Means by seeing this one you can understand that hey, this is a string array variable name we are having it. So either you can define it in means you can define this particular arrays in this particular approach or in this particular approach. And here you are defining that particular array, and then you are means either you can directly add all that particular variables into array, and then you can access about that particular array also. Means either means one by one, if you see at one point of time we can add that particular array into this one, means the values into this one, or you can later on you can add it in another way also. I'll just show how we can do it in the same thing with a size limit arrays now. So I'll make means can you do one small quick thing for me, Swati? So just press enter after line 8. We will write another way of declaring this one. Okay, int array age means the array means you need to give the square braces. Okay, and then you can there shouldn't be a space between array and the age. No, array and the means the arr space age you have been given it, right? Okay, now what you can do is new, you are creating an object reference for an array. Okay, now int int in that particular int you will be you will be having the square braces square braces. So there you'll be defining it as size.
Right.
Size means whatever the size you wanted to define, give it as 10 for an example, and semicolon ends with this one. And usually don't means if you have don't give this space, it will accept, it's not a problem, but still it's not a practice to give the spaces between that. Okay, so I'll just do that one. Excellent. Now means what is the meaning of this one and what is the meaning of above one? Can anyone say? This is open
Uh,
for all.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Good. Shruti.
So actually, for the first one, we have defined the size where length is only 5. While for the second one, we have defined the size, but there is no value to it. It is we have just defined the size of a array, but there even values exist.
Sure. So now, first you need to understand two things. The first part, if you see LHS and RHS, okay, this is my LHS and this is my RHS, no doubt in this one. Now, when you go to the LHS part of this one, now what is this part is called as? Now, what we are doing here, Jivita?
Integer and array. I mean data type and declaration.
Excellent. So this is called array declaration. So we are defining an array. That's it, right? But you're defining int a the same way you're defining this one. So you're trying to define, you're trying to declare an integer array. Now come back to the RHS. Now what we are trying to do on the RHS side, Shruti?
We are actually defining the size of an array.
Excellent. The right terminology you need to use it there is like we are
Assigning.
allocating the memory for the array. So how much size means we are allocating the size, right? How much size you can take it. Now how I need to allocate the means now how I need to load that particular array?
9.
How I need to load
0
the
to 9.
how you load it?
Index start with 0. So the memory location last is 9. So totally 10.
10 it is there, Mona. Now my question is, now I wanted to means now you have been seeing this is my array. So the array name is array age we have been given. Now I have 10 shells here. Now every means my array is empty now. Now how I need to load these values into this?
You have to give the value
Give
to
the
each one of the index. Means array age index of 0 is equal to the value whatever you
That's
want.
it. That's it. So can you quickly do that one, Swati? So can you take array of 0 equal to Jeshi, array of 0, it's an int, right? So give it
Yeah.
like 100, 200, 300, like that you can do it. Can you quickly write that one, please?
Here only, Chris.
Yeah, no. The next line, line number 10. What is array name?
ARRAG.
Yeah.
ARRH.
We need to write the index, means you need to load the values, means what we are trying to do, we define an array with a size of 10. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to load that particular values. Now in the index of 0, in the square braces, index of 0 equal to, means what you wanted to assign the value. No, hold on. So here you wanted to assign the value. What is the data type which you need to assign here?
Int.
Int,
Integer.
100. What about the value? Randomly you can take it. Yes, semicolon, done. Now the same way. So now just copy paste it and then change the index. Try to arrange the values for this one. Means I just wanted to show you how multiple ways of using the array. Means how to load an, means you need to define an array, and once you define an array, how to load that particular values of array. Just we are trying to do it.
Two is there.
Array, sorry, Chris, I
0,
have a
1,
question.
2.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Mohana, go ahead.
0 array index array size is 2 is missing.
Yeah. She will write. No worries about it. Yeah, you are asking something,
Yeah.
Shruti.
Yeah, yes, Chris. So if we have defined a size of 10, but what if we give value only for 4 or something? Would it throw an error?
Let's see.
Others will be 0.
Let's see,
Oh.
and you can do it. Means now what we need means I wanted to print all these things, right? Now how I need to print this one, Jivita? So I wanted to print this one. So what I need to do? Okay, don't write all 9. First we will see that one also, Shwati. Okay, yeah, cool. Now I wanted to print this 0 to means 5, means overall I'll be having 6 elements, right? And now still 4 elements are pending. Now we will see how it will happen. Okay, now if I wanted to print this one, so what I need to do? Arif, what I need to do if I wanted to print this one?
We need to retrieve the elements from array
How you will retrieve it? How you will print it?
by using for loop.
That's it. Write a for loop. Can you write a quick for loop for this one?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we will help you out. So first we need to do the initialization of the variable for do the initialization of a variable, which we need to iterate it. We means need to initialize a variable. Variable name should be I. Okay. You can or else you can keep it like a counter, right? That's a counter, right? You can keep it as a counter. Into counter. Excellent. Excellent. Now come back here. What is your condition? Means you need how many times you need to iterate? What is your condition over here? How many times we need to run?
6 times.
6 times.
Why 6 times? The array size is 10, right? Why we need to run for 6?
Yeah, 10.
Okay, don't give means that directly the count. See now counter count means I by you are defining I. So now the counter is what your value, the counter, right? Semicolon. No. Counter equal to 0. Okay, keep it 0, semicolon. Now understand that one. No hurry, Swati. We'll go slowly. Okay, cool, relax. Now, what is the condition I need to means in the for loop? What is the next one? We need to write the condition. Just think that how many times I need to run this particular loop.
10 times.
There you have written 10 times. That's very. If I change that code for 15, once again you come to your for loop and change it. So what we will have is
Length.
so
Array
So
length.
we do have an option called now array length. We can take it. So now what is your array name? See, this is what your array name. Take the array name, write the array name. Dot. Wow. See, we do have
Count.
array length. We have it. Take the array length.
Counter less than array length.
Yes. I'll come back, Mona. So now we have array
Yeah.
length. Means what is the size of an array? 10. So means it will run iterate 10 times. But you need to give you need to give a condition, right? So the counter starts from 0. Now what is the thing? Means how many times it need to run less than the array length. So counter less than here we can write array. Okay, first we will keep counter. Means keep the array before that one, keep a counter. Counter. Now it means it should be less than this one. Can I write less than or equal to?
Yes.
No, less than only.
Okay, let's see. Even we have given equal to also, right? Let's see what it happens.
No,
We will see
We
what it
can
will
give.
happen. We will see. Now what it should happen. See, now what we have done, Swati, we have make it. We have been given the initialization. We have been given the condition. Now what's next? It has to be
Increment.
next. You need to do the increment or decrement. What you wanted to do? Increment of your
Increment.
counter. Just write the count. So now here, excellent. So now you can means what is the scope? So you need to define your open and closed curly braces. Excellent. Now what we wanted to do? Now we wanted to print that particular values. Now write SYSOP. Excellent. Now what we wanted to print, that array you wanted to print it, right? Now take that array name. What is array name?
Array.
Excellent. Now what is the count? Means what is it means? You wanted to have the index. From where you will get that index values?
Counter.
Where you
Yes.
get the index values?
array of
Ah,
I.
So
Counter,
now
counter.
here, what
Array
you-
of counter.
now what the braces you need to use it?
Square bracket.
Square.
Excellent. You write
Yeah.
it. Write it. Now in the square braces, what means you need to write? That's it.
Count.
You guys know all the things, and then comment below all part from 29th to the end of the code. Be cautious. So see the scope and then comment it. Just to, it shouldn't mislead us. So that's where I'm asking you to comment the code. If you wanted to comment a group of lines, what is the shortcut key?
Control Shift slash.
Control Shift slash. Select all. Control Shift slash. That's it. That's it. Now you execute it. What will come, we'll see. If errors comes us, then we are in the right direction. No. What happened? Wow, some error it was throwing here. Can you bring up the console?
Array
Expand.
of 0 is space is coming.
No. We will see one by one. See now, this is what first element. Perfect. This is the second element. Perfect. Third element, fourth element, fifth element, and sixth element. So now you ask me, right, Shruti? The answer is,
Yeah.
if you don't assign the value for your other values, then what it will return? It will return 0. Simple. We have
Okay.
been seen. Now there is an exception in your thing. So now what is that exception? Read that carefully. Array index out of bound exception. Now it was saying that 10 you are trying to give. Can I give array of 10 here?
Yes. 9.
It
Is
is
it
extra.
yes? Is it yes? See, when I given 10 elements, I need to count from 0 to 9, then it is my 10 elements. If I given 0 to 10, then how many elements I have?
11.
7.
11 elements. So now when there is no element in this particular array, if you are trying to access for that particular array, that particular element, will it become? No, it will throw the Index out of bound range exception. So now what you need to make a change here. Come to your code now once again. Now what is the change? What is the change you need to do? No, please don't say anyone. No, don't do that. Now what is the change if you make so that to iterate this loop only for 9 times? Oh, sorry, only for 10 times if you wanted to do this. What is the code change which we need to do here?
Array dot length -1.
Array dot length -1.
Starting counter for 1.
Yeah, counter is equal to 1.
But if you keep the counter equal to 1, what? Okay, change the change the value
We
to the
need to
counter
remove the
equal to 1. Run this one.
It will start from.
We just have to take out the equals there. Only less than if we give it.
See now what it will happen. It removed your 100. First value was removed. So as you removed 0, it removed the 1. See, the answer is very simple. Rather than keeping -1 here, or rather than removing the counter 0, just you need to remove the equal to. That's where when we are writing, I asked you a couple of times, will you want me to write the less than or equal to? That's a condition here, right? The counter is less than the length, means here we are starting it from 0. So now what is the length of an array? Okay, what you can do in the line number 16, can you write an SYSOP? And see the count means array dot length, what it was printing. Just print that. Whenever you have the doubt, you can do this. You are running it as run from configuration. That's where you are going to the configuration. You need to directly run it. Okay, if you see the value, the first value, it was printing 10. The size of an array is 10, but the loop iteration was going for the 11th time, it was getting failed. So now what you need to do, just remove that equal to and then run it. Run it now. Did it print it? Don't run from the configuration, Swati. So you can directly run from there. What happened? Any error message now?
No.
So that's it. So now what are the things we have been learned now? So we have learned few rules and regulations, how the arrays work. First thing. Second thing, how to define an array we have been learned. And the third thing, so how we need to load the values into array, we have been seen it. The fourth thing, how to retrieve the values from array. So we have been learned. Is it really hard to learn arrays? Now you tell me. See, now we are assigning the values here. Means, you know, this is also one of the way. So this is the easiest and simplest way, which means usually the people tendency to follow the first when we have to do it. But if you see here, now what we have done, we have defined an array with a size, declared and defined, and then we have been loaded the array, and then we have been retrieved that particular array. So these are the 3 steps which we have been done here. So this is how, if you learn it, it is much more easier for you to do it. And now can you do quickly one quick program? How means I need to randomly assign some value to array. Now, whatever the things you have been done here, these 6 lines, I don't wanted to do this one. Now, instead of this, I wanted something to load into an array randomly for the 10 elements. Quickly do it. I have 5 minutes of time for you all. So now it's 10:07. I wanted to see this code by 10:12. So all the people need to write one code, define an array, and don't load this way. Means with the help of a for loop, load this complete array and then print in another for loop, print me all these things. Load and print. This is what you need to do it. Hope you everyone understood, right? Just 2 for loops you need to write. One means first the declaration. Second for loop is to load the array. Third for loop is to print the array. Very simple. Quickly do it. So you can easily learn other things too. Okay.
Stop sharing, please.
Yeah, please, you can stop sharing.